Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be going over Charles's blog post about foreign affairs that is destined to release the next Wednesday, that is 30th December. So they say Foreign Affairs Book 1 Chapter 1 First Term Jeeters. Welcome to the Vancross Institute, where the next generation of politics leaders go to study politics, diplomacy, and how to avoid scandals. So this is Politics, Scandal, and Romance book, Foreign Affairs. So in their interview they say, before we journey to Vancross Institute on December 30th, we have asked the Foreign Affairs book team to give us a closer look at our last premiere of 2020. Go ahead, team. So Megan, she's a book lead writer. She says, I'm Megan, the book lead for Foreign Affairs. Jesse, I'm Jesse and I'm the producer on Foreign Affairs. Icy says, my name is Jessica, but I go by Icy and I'm the art lead. Amanda says, I'm Amanda, the art producer. The question is asked, what can we expect in the politically intriguing world of foreign affairs? Megan says, your mom has been the president of Rutherland for years and you've been groomed to go into politics yourself and follow in her footsteps. But you're not so sure you want to step into her shadow. During your time at the Vancross Institute, you realize you have a real talent for diplomacy and a knack for attracting scandal. So basically, I told you, like, your mom is going to be the president and the place is Rutherland, so it's a imaginary place. I discussed this in my last video. And then it says that you've been groomed into politics and follow in her footsteps, so you have to follow your mom's footsteps. So that's what happens. Like, if your parents are politician or whatever, so they try to draw you toward that profession too. And now in the Vancross Institute, where you're going to study politics, you're going to fall into scandals and you're going to learn that you have a very good knack for diplomacy and romance, flattering. It's all going to happen in that Vancross Institute, because the first chapter and probably most of the book is going to be in Vancross Institute. It says, oh, sounds intriguing. We heard there will be lots of opportunities to gain allies. Can you tell us more? Megan says, personal relationships can have big consequences when everyone you meet is a future world leader. So choose your allies and your enemies carefully. So when they say this, choose your allies and enemies carefully, so I think Vancross Institute, where we're going to go, the story is mostly going to be based on there. So it's going to be like Amy mentioned, from America's Most Eligible, and choose your enemies and allies carefully. We're going to have our love interest there and also enemies. Remember Ivy from Amy, remember other characters, and remember Mackenzie, Adam. So we're going to have something like that, and this is going to be really interesting. Jesse says, you will track your standing with the other members of Vancross Institute as you use your skills as a leader, mediator, and friend to affect relations between your country and theirs. These relationships could result in some high tension or allies that come in handy later down the line. So you have to use this thing like diplomacy, or you can be a friend, you can push them back. So you'll be given those options, like what to say. Then there will be probably this relationship banner beside everyone's name. Now we'd have to look out for that, because we don't know for sure, but this is going to be something like that, because they say that their relationships could result in some high tension or allies that come in handy later down the line. So first it's going to be in the institute, and then it's going to be probably the campaign. So depending on how you have the relation in this institute, it's going to come handy later in the line when we're going to run for president probably. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And remember, so here not only our country members are going to go, but people from different countries are going to come around in that institute. So that is pretty awesome. Later they say, tell us about our possible allies and enemies. Which character is your favorite? Who do you think fans will love? Megan says, I definitely wish I had a suitmate like DIONNE, who wouldn't want a room with a literal princess. So literal princess. So DIONNE, I think that's how it's pronounced. DIONNE. DIONNE, I guess that's how it's pronounced. So let me know, guys, if I pronounced it right or not. So Megan says, I definitely wish I had a suitmate like DIONNE, who wouldn't want a room with a literal princess. So guys, it's so this is literal princess. So probably she's from a country where, like, she's princess. She's described now. There probably the monarchy is there, or we have to look out for that. Now this is really interesting. Jesse says, personally, I really love Blaine. The brazen attitude and quick wit makes them a lot of fun to interact with and could potentially lead to quite a bit of trouble. Tatum is another favorite, but I'm a sucker for the broody, quiet types who secretly have a big heart. So basically, we so far learned three characters: Dion, we learned about Blaine, we learned about Tatum. Icy says, I absolutely adore Tatum. I think our players will enjoy getting to know him better and understanding why he is so closed up and distant. Amanda says, I love Zaira. She has a very unique look and personality. You will get to see her learn and grow to be a better person throughout the book. So, guys, so far we see four characters: Literal Princess Dion, then we see Blaine, we see Tatum, Tatum, and we see Zaira. So, Zaira and Blaine are your two female love interests, and you know, Tatum and Blaine, they are your male love interests. Alright, so next they ask, are there any fun details you can share with us about the making of Foreign Affairs without spoilers? So, of course, Megan says, Foreign Affairs is a unique book because it was one of the first that was created during Shelter in Place. The team had never brainstormed a book 100% remotely before, so we had to figure out how to do that from scratch with lots of trial and error. I would like to think that was why our initial title brainstorm led to ideas like Capital Flings and United Something of Something. Thankfully, one of our other team members was on top of things and suggested Foreign Affairs, saving us from having to figure out what those somethings actually were. So, they were going for the name United Something of Something, capitals flings like United States of America. So that states is something of America something. So because I told you, because they can't use any country's name, because real world country's name, because it's political matter, so it would be really messed up, and they don't want to do that, or controversy, anything. It's the world out there is not good right now. Jesse says this is the first choices book that makes use of non-binary pronouns, which was a really exciting step for all of us. It presented unique challenges behind the scenes in terms of our logic, coding, and testing, but we can't wait for everyone to see it. I told you guys, non-binary pronouns. So this is really awesome. So he, him, she, her, they, them. So this is the first book where we get this many options, at least in charts. I don't know if any other, apps have done that before, but for choices, this is the first time, and people are excited. They're saying finally there is more than two genders and pronouns. It's a lot of variety. And guys, I told you before in the video, and now I'm telling you again, the choices is becoming more diverse community than ever. Icy says the cover of Foreign Affairs was an idea the entire team really wanted to push for. We wanted to play with the subtle nuances of the character's gesture and posture, and that spark between them. So you can learn a lot from you can see like two boys together, so that's really awesome. And in the main, you can see behind them the Van Cross Institute people, they're there, so the other students, the pupils. So that's really awesome. It really represents the Van Cross Institute and what can happen, the diplomacy, everything. So you, after seeing the picture, you realize instantly that there's something in the air that sounds, it's scandal, it's romance, it's politics, and it's awesome. It's super awesome adventure. Amanda says this book brings in some traditions of royalty that you might hear about in the real world. Additionally, the countries you learn about are all unique, so the player will get to immerse themselves into a new world. Again, remember how our one love interest is gonna be Literal Princess Dion. So probably we're gonna hear it's not about just presidents or prime ministers. There are gonna be also king, queens, monarchy are also gonna be there. So that's what Amanda reflects on, and we will get to immerse in a new world. So all the countries are going to be imaginary. They're basically certified here. Just for fun, if you could travel to one of the countries in Foreign Affairs in real life, which it would be and why? Megan says I would have to go to with Pavadena, Dion's home country. Their main export is corn, one of my favorite foods. Plus, I would get the royal treatment from her family. So again, Pavadena is Dion's home country, and her family is a royal family, and their main export is corn. So the royal treatment from them. So it really reflects that Pavadena, Dionne's country, and Dionne is a princess there, and they have a royal monarchy there, not president or prime minister, that kind of democracy. Icy says, I would love to visit Drivosa just so I can hang out with ZAIRA more. She can show me all the tourist spots and historical places. So there's another country's name we learned. Jesse says, two words. Ithastan hounds. I could use a puppy party right about now. So at the end, Shane Ali says, oh, us too. We can't wait to meet our new classmates from all over these choicest countries. If you made it this far, thank you for reading. Foreign Affairs is a book to celebrate as we enjoy this holiday season, but we have still got one more end of the year blog coming soon. Stay tuned. So, and what is gonna be there in the end of the blog, we don't know. What in the next year's Choices Insiders, we don't know, but we don't want to miss that for anything in the world. So guys, so that's also mainly in my last video what I talked about. They basically reflect those things. The countries are going to be imaginary, and we get Dionne, her Pavadena, I think they said, their country, her country, and she is a royal princess. She belongs from a royal family. So in their country, they don't have probably, prime minister or president, but they have what? They have like the royal family, the monarchy. So thank you guys for listening, and let me know if you think that any pronunciation was not correct, and I'm linking the names in the comment section of your love interest and everything, the countries that I got there. And let me know guys, how'd you like the video, and let's discuss in the comment section how would you like this so far. Thank you guys for listening in. I'll make sure if I get any more information to inform you first. Thank you guys. Bye.